This is Kindle Paperwhite, which I bought it back in 2021. Everything worked great and I loved it until I saw this. I recently updated my Kindle Paperwhite to Go Color 7. Unlike the Kindle, it runs on the Android, meaning I can use any app that I want to use, including Kindle. Additionally, it features a color e-paper display, bringing a touch of color to the black and white world of reading. Now I can't help but wonder, do I even need a Kindle anymore? Let's take a closer look. Close enough? Okay, started with handling. Go Color 7 weighs just 10 grams lighter than the Kindle Paperwhite. Surprisingly, I can actually feel the difference. It's slightly lighter, and the lighter is always better. However, the flat edge design, not exactly ergonomic. It kind of cancels out the weight advantage. The design reminds me of my iPhone. My eyes love it, but my pinky, ouch! That said, the lack of ergonomics doesn't really bother me because I mostly use it with a case. It's much easier to hold it that way. I'm a case person. E-readers, iPhone, laptop, AirPods. I prefer to keep them well protected, just in case, Now let's talk about buttons. I didn't realize how much I would love having physical buttons until I started using them. When you need to flip through the pages quickly, buttons are just so much intuitive. You don't have to constantly lift your thumb. That said, I do have a small complaint. These buttons are a bit stiff and the feedback is somewhat vague, but honestly, it's still way better than no buttons at all. Before we dive deeper, you want to make sure that they are waterproof. Yes, the Kindle Paperwhite has an IPX8 rating, meaning it can be submerged in over 1 meter of water. If you love reading in the tub, that is quite a big deal. As for Go Color 7, not really. Oops, but I don't care because I never use my tub. So why do I love e-ink screens? Two main reasons. Number one, no flickering. LCD and OLED screens refresh many times per second, sometimes causing invisible flickering that can lead to eye fatigue. In contrast, the pixels of e-ink screens consist of tiny capsules containing black and white particles which don't require power to maintain the display. As long as images remain unchanged, they neither refresh nor consume power. It's static, just like paper. Number two, light is softer. LCD and OLED screens shines a backlight directly into your eyes. E-ink, on the other hand, uses front light placed along the edges which reflects off the screen before reaching your eyes. This makes the light softer and more diffused. In fact, it's even easier on the eyes than a physical book because the lighting is more evenly spread out. That's why I always turn on the front light when I use my device. It just feels more comfortable. Some hardcore e-ink purists refuse to use the front light because they think it strains their eyes. I don't get it, but that makes me think maybe the ultimate solution is reading in Braille? To display color, the Go Color 7 adds a color filter array on top of black and white e-ink layer, so it actually has two resolutions, 3 ppi for black and white and 150 ppi for color. Meanwhile, the Kindle Paperwhite has 300 ppi. When replacing them side by side, you can see the pixel grids on Go Color 7 screen. That is the color filter array. No matter whether the front light is turned on or off, the background brightness and the contrast are not as good as those of Kindle Paperwhite. That is the trade-off for displaying color. The Go Color 7 offers multiple color modes with varying quality and speed, while Kindle Paperwhite doesn't have such options. Let's see how they perform for pure text reading. Regal mode on Go Color 7 provides the best display quality but the slowest refresh speed. Go Color 7 and the Kindle Paperwhite both look great. The text is clear and the edges are sharp, but the Kindle speed is tangibly faster. In normal mode, the display quality is pretty much the same as Regal mode, but the refresh speed is much faster. If you look closely, it feels slightly slower than the Kindle, but there's no major difference. In speed mode, the display quality decreases slightly, and the text edges are not as smooth, but it's still decent. The page turning speed is now faster than Kindle Paperwhite's. A2 mode offers the fastest page turning speed, but the lowest quality. No one knows what A2 stands for, but I can tell you that A2 is faster than speed. It doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. At this point, the text saturation decreases, causing the text to appear somewhat grayish. Overall, the Kindle Paperwhite's black and white ink screens provides a better reading experience for pure text due to its higher contrast and a great balance of speed and quality. That said, the Go Color 7 still does a really good job in normal and speed mode. By the way, if you use the Kindle app, you will probably notice the page turning animation. To turn it off, just follow the steps in the video. I know, getting the most out of the Go Color 7 takes a bit fine-tuning, but once it's set up, I promise it'll become a truly handy device. If you read comic books or manga on third-party apps like Kindle, Libby, Manga Plus, or Webtoon, you'll need to tweak the settings again. Most apps are designed for regular screens, and the animation works well on them, but not so much on e-ink displays. The resolution is to add animation filter time. This way, the screen will not refresh until the animation is over. Now let's compare the experience between the Kindle Paperwhite and the Kindle app on the Go Color 7. In normal mode, the Go Color 7 still has noticeable ghosting, so I would recommend using Regal mode for manga. It looks so much better than Kindle Paperwhite. I mean, do we even have to compare? It's colorful and it's beautiful. However, if you read black and white manga from the Kindle store, the Kindle Paperwhite is a better choice due to its display quality and page turning speed. If you read side-loaded manga in Go Color 7's built-in reader, the experience is superb. Meanwhile, when doing that on Kindle Paperwhite, there's always some blank space at the top and the bottom of the screen, which doesn't fully utilize the screen area. With the Android-based Go Color 7, you have a wide range of app choices instead of being locked into Amazon ecosystem. You can read comic books, magazines, RSS feeds, or even watch videos. I don't really recommend it. You can build and manage your own library with all the manga and books you want easily. In contrast, Kindle locks you into Amazon ecosystem. It doesn't even support the most common manga formats like CBZ or CBR. If you want to silo the content, you have to convert the file manually. That would be such a hassle. Obviously, if you want freedom, the Go Color 7 is the best choice. I have been using Go Color 7 for 2 months now, and it's been a playful and versatile device. It even rekindled my love for classic manga like Doraemon and Dragon Ball. The paper-like texture brings a nostalgic vibe. It doesn't really change the content, but it definitely enhances the experience. Reading color manga is such a treat for the eyes. Meanwhile, the Kindle Paperwhite remains the best pure reading device. It's waterproof, distraction-free, and lasts weeks for a single charge. If you only read text, it's hard to beat. We live in an era where countless apps compete for our attention. Our focus gets fragmented into small pieces. As a result, we rarely have a time or moment to slow down for ourselves. But maybe that's exactly what we need to do, to step back, disconnect it, and find clarity. Sometimes we believe less is more, and sometimes we just want to build our own spiritual heaven. What will be your choice? It's my first YouTube video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy it, let me know. I would love to hear any thoughts, and see you next time.